Buenos días, buenas tardes, y buenas noches. Bonjour, bonsoir, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be. Jay Slater case. And my background for this one is that well-known photo, that well-known pic of Rocky in the car, apparently asleep, with, on this occasion, his face blurred out, but I've seen it without the blurring, and I never really got that. We all knew who Rocky was. We all knew his face, but for some apparent reason, on the Central Club podcast, when I was talking to Colin Mace, face got blurred out. At the time, I thought it was because there was probably something behind Rocky's head there that I didn't want us to see. But I've seen the same photo without the blurring out. I didn't notice anything right behind Rocky's head, but my vision is awful. Someone might want to check that out. Is that blurred thing there in order to hide something behind it? I don't think so. But anyway, for whatever reason, maybe Cullen's team at the Central Club podcast recommended just for, you know, security or safety reasons or legal reasons just to blur it out. I don't know. It's a bit strange. I think you had the same, probably had the same feeling I did when we first saw it. It's like, he's not 5 years old. Why is the face blurred out? Don't know. Anyway, so here's the picture. We have the Cupra estate. I'm not a car person, but I believe that is a Cupra estate. So I think Ayub is telling us the truth on that. There's the person we think is Rocky asleep, and I'm not interested in any of that actually. Well, kind of interested that that car to me looks kind of biggish. Maybe that's just the photo. Cooper Estate. To me, the word estate means it's a biggish car. It is kind of close to the Airbnb wall, as Ayub told us. He said he reversed back in there and got close to the wall. Yeah, we see that. But what is grabbing my attention is that red car. That red car. Let me move my great fat head out of the way. That red car that is right next to it. So that red car, there's one of two possibilities. Either it was there when Ayub arrived, that red car, and Ayub had to very dexterously and skillfully reverse off that main road down close. Remember, there's that step and Ophelia's flower pots that are along that wall. Hats off to Ayub Abdul Qasim. He might be a very, very good driver. He zoomed it all the way there. And then to follow off his long night on the strip at the AU club, not at Papagayos at all, but hanging around outside the wall, chatting to his teenage friends. After a long night with, it seems like a very drunken passenger, he managed to reverse down into that narrow gap if the red car was already parked there. If the red car wasn't already parked there, then that means that red car appeared from wherever, somewhere after what, 6:30ish. And when 7:30 rolls around and Jay's outside having his smoke, there's no red car there then. So, I mean, my point is, we're really straining credibility here that that red car would have arrived after Ayub parked there and left before Jay went out to have a smoke. Let's discount that for the sake of argument. It's very unlikely. But so what do you think? The red car was already there, and Ayub very skillfully backed into that what looks like a tight space. Glad I didn't have to do that. Or someone came after Ayub and parked there. I've got a feeling that red car might be Ophelia's, just because that same red car keeps appearing in and around that driveway. If it's not Ophelia's, or so, Araceli, someone in that family. I can't think who else it is. Would a neighbor living opposite be allowed to park on that little bit of driveway off the road? I doubt it. So, got a feeling it's Ophelia's, but there it is. But that's not really what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is when Jay goes out to have his smoke, 7:20, 7:30 in the morning, we are told he does his mini video, doesn't he? He shows the world the mountains over there. He also shows us, for whatever reason, his feet and the blanket and his cigarette and his lighter, his fingers. He doesn't show the world him, but he shows everything else apart from him, it seems. To me, that's a little strange. But as he pans around, memory test for you all, what does he actually see? Well, he sees the mountain, obviously, and he sees the view. When he's looking towards the garage there and the green door, what color car is parked there? There's a car parked there. Well, all of you that said white are correct. There's a white car parked there. So Jay, having his smoke by the on the steps there, he shows us there's a white car parked in front of Ophelia's garage. Okay. Now, would that white car appear? Let me get my fat head out of the way again. Would that white car appear here at night? Annoyingly, maybe not. But what I can tell you, well, maybe it would. I don't know. What I can tell you is where it would be parked is directly behind the red car, not behind the Cooper estate. So if you go directly behind that red car, not very far, it's not a very big driveway, go directly behind that red car, you come into the garage with the green door and the white car should be there. Not that far. Like I said, I'll say it again, it's not a very long driveway. I have been there, boots on the ground, by the way. It's not a very long driveway. It's not a very wide driveway. Those two cars have to be pretty darn close together for the two-car thing to work in that driveway. So not far behind that red car, if the narrative is right, there's a white car, kind of right under that street light. No sign of it. Okay, so I guess it's hidden. It's hidden by the Cooper estate and the red car. Well, no, the red car isn't behind. It should be behind the red car. The Cooper estate is hiding it. Just wondering if Rocky's head is blurred out there, because if it weren't blurred out, anyone who has the unblurred photo should have a good look. If it isn't blurred out, do you see behind Rocky's head, out of the back window, do you see nothing at all? If in the unblurred out photo, you can see through the back window and under that light by the garage door there, if you see nothing at all, maybe that's a problem. Because maybe the problem is you should see something. You should see a white car or something dim in the background that is a white car. I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is the pixelated, the blurred out Rocky head may be done not so it blocks out something that we would see there, but it's blocked out because there's something that isn't there that should be there. The white car. Don't know. Now, Jay wouldn't be in there because if we follow the narrative, Jay's already got out of the car. It was pretty tight too to get out of that car. Maybe Jay got out before he pulled up. I don't know. I'm just saying, if Jay got out there, it's all so tight, isn't it? Anyway, Jay wouldn't be in there because at this point, I think if Rocky is being filmed by Ayub at the front of the car, that's when we hear the voices. Sounds like voices to me. Sounds like maybe Jay and LK or Jay and someone. Two hennies to the head. And is it Ayub that says, looks like he took a headshot? And then that kind of high pitched Scouser voice, maybe my imagination is running riot here, seems like a high pitched Scouser voice. Yeah, through the window. Um, that's all happening. These people are talking in front of the car. That's why we don't see them here. That's why the J, the Photoshop J or J are not in the back of the car there, I guess, if J was ever there. So what do we make of all this? Okay, here's my point about this red car. Ayub's Cupra estate there is not blocking anyone from getting anywhere, as far as I see. My logic tells me if that red car is moved out the way, then if there's a white car behind it, it can now get out by driving up nice and close and tight to the Cupra estate, but getting out onto that main road, yeah, I think that works. Um, yeah, if that red car is not there, that white car can get out because the red car is in front of the white car. The Cooper estate is in the part of the driveway that kind of filters round the back of the property where that motorbike is often parked. But that part, once you turn that corner behind that property, it's not wide enough for anyone to drive down there. I guess that's why the motorbike is there. The motorbike can be parked there. Nothing else can park around there. It's not possible. I say it again. Ayub's done this right with his parking. He's not blocking anyone from getting, well, he's blocking anyone that wants to get just a little bit closer to the last point where a car can park before it doubles around the back there. But essentially, it's the red car that needs to be moved. Move that red car, and the white car can get out, and anyone coming from the road can get in. Unless they have a massive truck. And that is a possibility because if Juan Diaz and Ramon show up with, building truck or, I don't know, something bigger than a regular car, they might need the red car moved and the Cooper estate moved. It's possible. But unless that scenario is the scenario, then it's the red car that's the one blocking here. That's not really my point. The point is 7:30 in the morning. If that Cooper estate is there, which it would be, we can debate whether Rocky was telling the truth and Rocky was asleep in there all morning, or whether Ayub was telling the truth and Rocky got out of the car, went into the Airbnb, went to his room, fell down on his bed and started sleeping there. One of them is lying. One of them's got that totally wrong, and they're lying because they know what happened. So place your bets. Is it Rocky when he's talking to Glody, saying, I slept in the car, I was wiped out until Lucy arrived, I was fast asleep in the car? Rocky's the liar? Or Ayub Abdul Kasim is the liar, saying Rocky got out first, went in, Jay followed him, and I was in last into that Airbnb? Which one is lying? The reason this is going on month after month, year after year, is because there are so many lies, and the people that are lying won't address it. I would absolutely love it for Rocky to start saying it was Ayub that was lying. I would absolutely love it if Ayub started saying it was Rocky that was lying. I know it's not going to happen, but what I said is true. One of them must be lying. Or it could be both of them are lying. That's always possible too. We don't know. We'll find out one day, I'm sure. So yeah, getting back to the point. So Jay, under his blanket there, he's filming. There's no car in front of him. There's only that white car to the right. And I thought about this, and I talked with man on the ground Noah about this, and I said, think carefully, think carefully. Noah's been there. Noah knows the dimensions. I've stood exactly there. I've not measured it, but I've got a good visual of the width and everything there. And I said to Noah, you tell me, if you're on the step filming, is it possible to film all that background and pan around and see the white car and do that? Is it possible to do all that from the step without getting the Cooper estate in the picture anywhere? Is it possible to go right over the roof? You can imagine, someone standing there and filming over the roof and around, and you don't see anything of the car. And Noah's conclusion was my conclusion. I don't think it's possible. You would have to really, really, I don't know, even if you went on tiptoe and held your phone camera up as high as you could and, filmed it, doing everything you could to avoid getting that car in the photo. But then why would you? There would be no big deal in Jay doing a panoramic view, panning around and catching the car, top of the car roof in the video. What's the big deal? So, in other words, I'm 99% sure that when Jay is doing his 7:30 on the step smoking video, that Cooper estate is not there. It's not there. So again, which one is right? Which version is right? The Cooper estate was there at 7:30 in the morning when Jay was filming. In which case, that's not Jay. It's not Jay filming. It's not. It's a different time. Different. It's the right place, but it's a different time, different day, different person. Jay would have included part of that Cooper estate in his mini vid. And the red car, like I say, the red car would be in it, unless bizarrely between 6:30 and 7:30, someone came and moved the red car. And then we have the audio. Then we have the audio. There is audio. I believe there is. Isn't there audio on Jay's vid? Why do we not hear the horrendously loud, drunk ass snoring of Fortis Rockas, two hennies to the head? Surely we'd hear something from Sleeping Beauty himself. It seems deathly silent. Not even a in the background. It's weird. Yeah, that red car. I mean, if that is Ophelia's car, then you see, if that's Ophelia's car, then she would have driven off at, what was it, 8:15. Juan Diaz and Ramon arrive at 8. I mean, I don't see the big deal here. Ophelia moves that car, and if Juan Diaz is the wheelbarrow guy, then he's using the wheelbarrow to move his sacks of water around the back there. Moving the Cooper estate or the red car is what, going to save Juan Diaz 2 or 3 yards of walking with a wheelbarrow and sacks of water? It's not going to change his day that dramatically if that Cooper estate moves anywhere. I just don't see it. All right, we will wrap it up there. So the message, I'll just repeat it one more time. I don't see how when Jay's smoking on the step and taking that video, that it can be the Monday morning if we are also told this is from the Monday morning and that big old Cooper estate next to the red car is right next to the Airbnb. It can't be the same morning. Can't be. Can't be. Where's the white car? Why is the red car there? Why is the red car blocking everything? The Cooper estate isn't, but the Cooper estate's the problem. Why? All right. Busy weekend, travel weekend coming up for me. May not be in attendance. Sorry for all those that have sent messages, comments. Justice4j.com is so up and running. Please go there. Like I say, I'm excusing myself from not being able to do too much work on it in the next 2 or 3 days. Off to Well, you'll find out where, and we'll share some pics. But many, many thanks for everyone that has given massive, massive support. I am overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I will give you an update when I can on on what's happening on TikTok and YouTube, and and the new site. It's all going very, very well. I appreciate all your support, every single one of you. Special shout out to Marvin at Streamline Entertainment. He's very much obviously has my full permission to put out any videos, any content he wants, but he's very much in the vanguard there of making sure that people are still listening and listening to my message. Thank you, Marvin, but thank you to everyone that's helped with this situation of realigning how I get my ideas out there. All right, one last look at that red car, and I will say hasta luego, adios. See you next time.